Did you see the original in the theater?
Mm-hmm.
You did? That's cool.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Hey friends, welcome to Hollywood Studios. Today we are here trying the brand new Princess of Alderaan shake, which is Princess Leia themed. It is adorable. It's got 2 cinnamon buns on the side to look like her hair, so we had to get that when we saw that one come out because we love Star Wars. We're big Star Wars fans.
What a strong princess character, right?
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars is my thing because I'm a little older than it.
Did you see the original in the theater?
Mm-hmm.
You did? That's cool. That's a cool thing to be able to say you did.
I'm pretty sure I did. I did.
Yeah. I could have technically saw, I guess, the Phantom Menace in theaters, but I was pretty young at that point.
Plus, it was the prequels. We appreciate them more now.
Yes. We actually watched the Phantom Menace last night, again, for the first time in quite a long time for you. I've watched them recently.
I have thoughts, but I won't share them here.
Pretty sure most people have thoughts about that one, but still enjoyable. You gotta love Star Wars, no matter what it is. It's pretty fun.
Yes, I'm excited about May the 4th at Hollywood Studios. I'm so excited about that day. So we're kind of like getting the shake in anticipation of May the 4th at Hollywood Studios.
Yes, the countdown to May the 4th.
It has begun. Star Wars is starting now. I don't know, I can't even sing.
I like it. Oh, that's fun. All right, so we're gonna go do that at some point here for sure. That's why we're here today, but we're also just gonna have a fun day at Hollywood Studios because we love this park.
Love it.
So come along with us. Hooray for Hollywood.
I love that song. Would you break out and dance right now?
No. I would, but I'm hungry.
Starving.
Yes.
Not really, but you know. When I visit Hollywood Studios, I always feel like I'm in an old movie from like when Hollywood was great. And you're like way back in time and you're kind of like in it, you know? Just that feeling. Love it.
It is so much fun. Once known as MGM Studios, now Hollywood Studios. Still as awesome as it was, I think.
Yes. Our first trip ever was 27 years ago. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
And it was MGM Studios.
Mm-hmm. Back in the 90s.
We will be here for big anniversary coming up, which is what, 35 years?
Is it?
30 or 35? My brain, there's 2 anniversaries.
It opened in 1989.
I don't want to do math. There's two anniversaries.
Too much mathing.
Yeah, right. We'll be here, and then of course we're going to be here for May the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Be with you, and you, and you. Then the other one was an anniversary of, I think, Tower of Terror.
Oh, is that coming up?
Was it 5 years later? Because one's like 30, was 35. I think that's what it is. I'm gonna have to double check.
Yeah. Are you gonna write it for that? Because I don't know.
Yeah.
Have you turned into a Tower of Terror fan?
No. No, but I think I can handle it.
Yes.
For those very special occasions and once in a while.
I really wasn't sure about it. I wasn't sure if my stomach could handle it. But it really was fun, and it's so smooth. I'm amazed at how they got the timing perfect with it to where you...
It didn't make me sick.
It didn't make me sick
and
either.
I get sick on a porch swing.
Because it is smooth, and the distance that they have with each drop, because it's randomized, so it just depends on what you get each time. But the drops are done so well that it just makes you kind of giggle and laugh. At least it does me. So it wasn't scary, it was just fun.
Good day, it's not super crowded.
Yeah.
It's actually not crowded.
It's not really. It's about 12 o'clock, and even Slinky Dog only has about a 65-minute wait. Star Tours is basically a walk-on, so that's a pretty good sign. We are at the ABC Commissary for lunch today. There's a few things I'd like to try, so I'm not sure what I'm going for yet, but they have quite a few good options.
They used to not have as many good options for me personally. I didn't really love the options. I'm really glad they've changed the options and they offer a lot more.
Yeah, I think the menu has greatly expanded from what it was, so that's nice.
And that's over the years. It's not like since, last month. But.
Right. We are at the ABC Commissary, and I got the kids grilled ham and cheese sandwich. So this came with fries. I think it had some options for different sides on it.
You could get chips, an orange. You get choice of 2 sides. There was something else. What am I missing? Oh, carrots.
Carrots.
We got carrots.
Looks like we got carrots, yeah. Yeah, and they have big steak fries, actually. I wasn't expecting that, but they're steak-like fries. Maybe not totally steak fries, but close. In between somewhere.
And I got the arugula farro salad again, which I love. It comes with allergen options, you know. But and I got it with chicken this time, the grilled chicken, which is actually pretty good. It's a slightly dry, so I just mix it with the dressing.
Is that a vinaigrette like last time? Nice. Let me try this here. As ham and cheese goes, this isn't too bad actually. I like the bread is toasted, so it's like a buttery toasted bread. Sourdough. The ham and cheese is good. I would say the cheese is a little plasticky, so sometimes that happens with American cheese, but it's got a good flavor. It is only basically half a sandwich though, so a little bit smaller portion for that one. It's not a whole sandwich. Not at this time anyway.
That just leaves more room for snacks.
Yes. Headed to Dockside Diner, specifically to try the Princess of Alderaan shake that they have.
Oh my goodness, Princess Leia buns on a shake?
Mom is currently ordering the Princess of Alderaan shake here at the Dockside Diner, which is surrounding Echo Lake. If you've ever seen Gertie the Dinosaur, it's across the lake from that. So it's closer to the Chinese theater side, closer to the entrance side of Hollywood Studios. They have this shake special this month for the Celebrate Her Story. There are a few other specialty items around the parks, but we specifically came for this one today because it is Star Wars, and we love Star Wars. We are hoping that this one sticks around at least for the unofficial Star Wars Day of May the 4th, when all the Star Wars fans come to the park. But at least for now, you can get it this month.
It is melting everywhere.
It's already melting, but there it is. That's pretty cool. Oh, we definitely need a napkin. Ah, be prepared for that.
Yeah. He had to get a new whipped cream, and it was running out.
It is definitely running out, but it looks delicious. So it's salted caramel shake with cinnamon rolls on the side to look like Princess Leia's hair, her famous hairstyle.
It's a good thing we're sharing because it's kind of expensive.
Is it? How much was it?
10 something with tax.
Ooh. Well, I guess they're considering you're sort of getting 2 or 3 desserts in one here.
That's a little too high though for, I think, people who maybe want to get several for their family. That's a little high because it's small. You can share definitely, but
I was gonna
a lot
say
of people wouldn't share. That's just one person. This is a small shake.
That's true. It's a small shake, but by the time you add the cinnamon rolls, I'm sure it's a bit more filling with those. So
Yeah.
depends on how much you really love ice cream, whether you get one of these or you share. I am not a huge ice cream person myself, so I'm okay with sharing.
Me too.
I will say it's really good. The salted caramel is tasty. So you can see there it has like a glittery look to it on the top. It's like a purple glitter. Oh, it's a little drippy. Is that a marshmallow topping?
No, I watched him get it out of the, he had to go get another, you know, the bottles of, like it's a squirt.
Like a whipped cream?
Yeah. He had to go get another one, and he didn't shake it first, and so it was kind of runny, and then he shook it. That's what it is.
So it seems to almost have a marshmallowy texture, and I was thinking maybe it had that flavor to it, but I guess it's just the salted caramel mixing with the whipped cream that kind of gives it that sweet.
Yes, I think that's right.
This looks like a wagon. It's got a stick across it to hold the cinnamon buns on, and it looks like wheels. Let's give it a taste. At least we each get our own cinnamon bun this way. That's kind of nice. Kind of your standard cinnamon roll, right?
Oh, it's a cinnamon roll. It's definitely cinnamon roll.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as sweet as most cinnamon rolls, which is good because that's sweet.
That's true.
It's more like sweet and salty.
You think salty?
No, but you know how sweet and salty is kind of opposite? That's the way I feel. This is kind of like sweet, not savory and not salty, but like,
Well,
it's not overloaded sweet.
That's true, and it tastes to me like they've concentrated more on the cinnamon than the sugar, because cinnamon itself really isn't sweet, I don't think. I mean, at least not very sweet. You get like a cinnamon roll just by
It's the
itself.
icing that's usually sweet.
It's usually the icing, or they add sugar to the dough, I think. So this one is more just like a standard cinnamon roll you might make yourself at home, where you don't add all of that. So I think it's pretty good with the ice cream. I like the combination.
I use the icing when I make it. It comes out of the packet.
You mean Pillsbury makes it?
Or whatever, Braham.
Right. I do like the texture of the shake. You know how sometimes shakes can be sort of crystallized? It's almost like they're too cold. They have ice particles in them. This is really smooth, and I like that. That's usually one of the reasons I don't love ice cream, especially shakes, is sort of that crystallized texture.
Isn't that funny? I prefer that.
Really? I don't like to chew my ice cream.
Well, I don't either, but I like the Dairy Queen texture. Too big straw.
That is a gigantic straw.
I think I could call something from this.
There's a duck right there. You call a duck. The Disney duck would be like, what is happening?
I talked to him last time we were here.
That is true. If you haven't seen that video, that's pretty hilarious. That duck really was having a conversation with you. I just have no idea what was happening.
Remember how that duck, and I was talking to it? I wasn't talking to it like this. I was talking to it like quack, quack, quack. And if that duck looked at me and went, I thought maybe he would know what I was saying.
You're fluent in duck?
I'm sure he didn't think so.
We also met Donald Duck right after that, and I think he was quite amused by that story.
I will say that it's sticky.
It is sticky.
But, you know, sticky buns.
True.
There's that duck side horn. I think there is marshmallow in it. You know what
Doesn't
I didn't
it taste
do?
like marshmallow?
I didn't read the description.
I'm bad about that.
Better do that.
I'm like, oh, that just sounds good. I'm just going to order that.
I usually read it though, so in case it's something I can't eat, but like it's ice cream, so.
We have a tiny spider flying through the air. There he is. Bye, spider. That's a fun fact I didn't learn until later in life. Spiders can fly. Okay, not really, but they can they can parachute on their webs. I am not okay with that.
But usually they're smaller when they're like that.
You hope they are.
What I'm not a fan of even more is those spiders that are as big as your face in like what, the Amazon or something?
No, thank you. I do really like this. It's a fun novelty snack. It's definitely something that is more expensive than your average snack at Disney, but it is tasty. And if you're looking for just a fun treat, I would recommend it.
I like it.
It's good. Yeah. There has to be marshmallow in this. Look at that texture.
Yeah,
It's sort of got that flavor too. We're gonna have to look that up.
It says salted caramel shake.
That's it?
Yeah,
It doesn't have ingredients?
Marshmallow. Nope.
I'm intrigued. It is a lot of milk in that. It's a heavy milk shake, I would say. I couldn't eat that whole thing by myself.
It's rich. It's small, but it's rich.
Yes.
If you want an ice cream shake, this isn't it. Like this
That's true.
is more of a creamy texture.
It almost reminds me more of custard.
A little bit. Yeah.
It's got that rich, almost. I'm wondering
Or like
if they.
a gelato or something.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they made it with cream more so than milk,
Maybe.
because I think custard is made with cream,
Yeah.
so it's thicker and richer. That's more what this tastes like.
There's something.
So I think that might be what it is.
Yeah. Get it though. Try it.
It is
Yummy.
good. Especially if you like Star Wars. I mean, how could you not? It's just such a cool picture. I wanted to get a picture with it, but it was already melting because it's like 80 degrees.
We had to dive right in.
Yeah. This is officially the start of spring break all across the United States. Each school district, depending on the state, will take different weeks during this springtime period. But this is kind of like when it starts because we've gone into March now. And I gotta say, for the first bit of spring break, so far, not so bad. Crowds are pretty low. Now, local Florida schools, as in right around surrounding Disney, they're next week and the week after this year. They're 2 separate weeks this year. So I do suspect the parks are gonna get much busier during that period of time. So if you're planning a trip and you're kind of wanting to keep the crowds lower on your trip, which who isn't, right? I would say look up that information if you can to know when the immediate surrounding areas are going to be on their breaks, because during the week it will be much busier than it typically is.
It's playtime. Come on in and have some fun.
Howdy, I'm Jessie, and that dinosaur toy up there, that's Rex. How's it going, Rex?
Rex sounds a little panicky. He's a nervous Rex.
He sure is. Barking up the wrong tree.
Ready?
Always.
Slinky fun.
Oh. Slinky's still one of my top favorite rides. Especially the back row!
Here we go. You've got a friend in me. So you got a friend in me.
Ooh, I'm not sure what happened to my hair, but I got a mohawk out of that ride. So you like back roll the best?
It's fast.
It is fast.
I like it.
Yeah, you can really feel it pull you whenever you go over all the big drops.
Yes. And when you're doing a POV, it takes every bit of my energy to not exclaim how amazing it is the whole ride. we need to start recording our responses to all the rides.
Yeah.
That would be a great montage.
Right. It is fun. Let's take a look at the wait times. So it is currently around 2 o'clock. So as the afternoons go on, parks do generally get busier. Rock and Roller Coaster is still closed for refurbishment. I'd say wait times are about average. So normally I would say if you are okay with waiting in lines, they're around an hour to an hour and a half for more popular rides. In those cases, I wouldn't necessarily say Genie Plus is worth it on the average days, just because it is very expensive to add per person. And it's not something you can pay for and just get to the front of the line. If you're familiar with the old Fast Pass system we used to have here that was free, we're all missing that at this point. It's exactly the same system. It's just now you have to pay for it. So that's one thing we find kind of disappointing about the current state of the parks is Genie Plus is really expensive. It's one of those questions of, is it worth it to add that expense onto your trip? Especially since your major rides don't come with that. You have to buy those individually for individual lightning lanes. So that can really add up. So on an average day, I would say probably not worth it unless you cannot or do not want to wait in hour to an hour and a half long lines for the majority of popular rides. If there is a ride you really want to do, especially if you're just coming, say, once a year, twice a year, see if it has an individual lightning lane. So things like Slinky Dog Dash, Rise of the Resistance, eventually things like Guardians of the Galaxy and Tron, which are currently on a virtual queue, they will more than likely get added to the individual lightning lane purchases. I would probably prioritize that over Genie Plus in general. It's kind of a confusing system. So you have Disney Genie that kind of helps plan your day. It's just really a tip guide. It tells you the wait times, things like that. Disney Genie Plus is a paid service. The amount you pay depends on the day. Generally, it depends on how busy the parks are. So busier holiday times are going to be more expensive. That will get you most of the low-level rides that you can secure a time for. Now, it depends on how busy the park is to whether those rides are even available. You sort of have to check often to see if you can get it at a time you actually want. They can sell out very quickly, and then you won't get them until later in the day. So there's a strategy to using Genie Plus. Then you have individual lightning lanes. Those are not included with the Disney Genie Plus. These are additional separate things that you pay for. So your bigger popular rides, like I was mentioning, Slinky, Rise of the Resistance, things like that, are not included with the price you pay. So you can buy them separately. You can buy Genie Plus by itself, you can buy individual lightning lanes by themselves, or you can do both. But the price is going to be the same for each of those individual things no matter what. There's not a bulk discount or anything if you buy several. So you just kind of have to do the math and determine what it is that you would like to prioritize, whether you buy one or the other or both or neither. Now, when it comes to holiday times, so spring break, Christmas, the week leading up to New Year's and possibly the week after, anything like that, there is going to be a lot of people here. In those cases, I would say if you're having one of those trips that is a once in a while kind of trip, I would consider adding it on, just because it can be very hard to ride a lot whenever there's a lot of people here. That's my thoughts on Genie Plus, so just kind of keep that in your mind when you're planning.
Hello.
Yes. Somebody's ringing behind us. I need to pick up that phone. That was our very quick trip out to Hollywood Studios specifically to look for that shake. We found it. It was tasty. I'd say it was mission accomplished.
Yeah, because we rode Slinky.
Yeah, that too. That's always fun. Super fun day. Also check out our Easter egg video from today where we went to the Grand Floridian, the Contemporary Resort, and Yacht and Beach Club to check out the chocolate Easter eggs that they have out around the resorts for Easter time.
That sounds kind of funny because it's like chocolate Easter eggs. No, they're like works of art.
They are. They're made out of chocolate, but they're definitely art.
And not even all of them are egg-shaped.
That's true. Yeah, there's some different
Very
ones.
cool, though.
Yeah.
Very
cool.
intricate, detailed. Love it.
Yeah, it's awesome. So as always, thanks for coming along with us. We hope you have a very blessed day and a blessed week, and we will see you next time. I saw they still had sweaters for sale in the store in there. I think it might be time to put those on sale.
For sure. Because spring has sprung and summer is knocking hard.
It's at the door.